Hello everyone, and welcome again to the Red Door Yoga community. I'd like to thank you guys so much for being as engaged as you have been over the last bit that we've been putting out these videos and our posts, etc. It's been great actually seeing the response, and it's been great having questions being asked. The video I'm actually about to do today, the mini sutra I'm about to do, is related to one of those questions actually that came up on the last video. So the last video was the skillful mind, and that was the one in which I mentioned the yamas, the restraints, the nonviolence, truthfulness, etc. And the question that came up from Cindy. Cindy asked, she said, she had heard, or rather read, in a few readings that it was a good idea to face down the yamas in a particular order. So face down ahimsa or nonviolence first, before you did truthfulness, before you did non-stealing, etc. And what I said to her at that point was that while there is some benefit to coming at it in that order, the truth of it is that if you really and truly do one of those yamas, randomly pick one, if you really and truly do one of the yamas, you will actually do them all. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever read the book The Kite Runner. Some of you may have seen the movie, but in the book, the father of the main character actually says to him, he's teaching him when he was a child about the commandments. And he says, there is only one sin, is what he said. And he said, that sin is theft. He said, if you lie to a man, you steal his right to the truth. If you kill a man, you steal his right to his life. You steal his wife's right to her husband. You steal his children's right to their father. And he goes on in the book to show his son how every single one of the commandments boil down to some form of theft. And it's like that. So if we look at, let's say, nonviolence, if we really and truly understood nonviolence, we would start to realize that to lie, to steal, to hoard, to be immoderate, etc., all of those things actually boil down to some form of violence. And a way of getting you to really see this, one of the things I'd love you to do, if you have a moment, is sit up and just close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to breathe. Just breathe normally and notice how you feel inside. And after you get a good handle on how you're feeling, I'd like you to picture yourself lying to someone. I'm assuming you've now done that, and I want you to notice what happened. How did you feel? What happened to you? What was your experience? Likely, you actually felt that your energy actually dropped in and out. So it kind of constricted on itself and dropped out. Likely, you noticed that there was a responsiveness in your body and your mind where your mind became agitated. Essentially, what I'm pointing out is that your act of lying to someone actually caused violence to occur to you immediately. So, lying is a form of violence. Stealing is a form of violence. And as my father said to me years ago, he said, in order to lie to someone, you must lie to yourself first. Now again, this is not just about lying. This is about all of those behaviors and how they all boil down to some form of violence. And if you'll remember from the last video, I mentioned to you guys about the yamas. The yamas are not an ethical code, meaning that they don't make you a good or bad person. They make you skillful. So the violence is where you are actually scattering your mind and making what you're seeing inaccurate and causing yourself to suffer and causing others to suffer. Okay, so I hope that clarifies. Every single yama is equal to the other. And if you really and truly focus in on one of them and understand the nature of that one, you will do them all. So thank you everyone for joining me. I would love if you continue to ask questions. So please like the post, share it. We always appreciate you sharing it to widen the community. And, in the comments section, ask questions. If you have comments that you'd like to share your comments. We'd love to read them. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Namaste.